Hey, what's going on? It's Suh Dudes. My name is Dean, and in the background, you're actually watching some Titanfall 2 gameplay. I haven't uploaded some Titanfall 2 in a long time, and there's a reason why I wanted to bring this video to you guys, and it's actually because of an article I recently read, and it's titled, Titanfall 2 should have sold better, or something to that effect. I don't know, it's down in the description below. You guys can go read that, but I read this article, and basically what it talked about is Titanfall 2's release and how the developers were a little bit perplexed at the sales. They said it sold well, and it did pretty good, but they were like, oh, we're really surprised it didn't sell as well as it did, and then they made a couple of excuses. Now, I think we all know the main reason why it didn't sell well, and that's because it released on October 28th, 2016, and that was right in between Battlefield 1, which came out on October 21st, and Infinite Warfare, which came out on November 4th. So it's right in between those two huge juggernauts. For whatever reason, EA thought this would be a great idea. And honestly, they almost killed Titanfall. They almost straight up killed their own game. Fortunately, I can say that Titanfall 2 is actually a pretty good game. Now, this gameplay you're watching, I didn't preface in the beginning, but I should throw it out there. I'm not very good at this game, and I haven't played in months, so I will admit that it's probably nothing too spectacular. I'm not even watching gameplay right now. I'm going to cut it up later, so I don't know what it looks like, but yeah, I'm not too great at Titanfall 2, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it was a pretty good game. So I played the multiplayer for a little bit. I liked it more than Infinite Warfare, but I did enjoy Modern Warfare Remastered a little bit more. Anyways, so I enjoyed the game a little bit. I played the multiplayer. I wasn't great at it, so I didn't get super into it. And then I played the campaign, and a lot of people say that the campaign was really good, and I thought it was alright. It's a decent little like 5-6 hour campaign, and the gameplay of it's pretty awesome at some points. There's a couple points where it gets a little tedious, but for the most part, I thought the gameplay in the campaign was actually rather entertaining. The story itself, the narrative, it's pretty generic AAA first-person shooter game. I mean, it's whatever. It's not terrible, it's not great, but yeah, it was all right. But overall, I thought Titanfall 2 was actually a pretty good game. Definitely better than Infinite Warfare, and I didn't even buy Battlefield 1. But the biggest issue is that they've almost killed this game off entirely because of where it released. There's definitely a community still. There's definitely still some people who play Titanfall 2, but for the most part, Titanfall 2 kind of just like faded away into obscurity, and I found this really present when I went to go play the other day. I went to go capture this gameplay the other day, went to go get some gameplay for Titanfall 2, and I could not even find a match. This is a game that has free DLC, and it seems like they're pretty supportive. I mean, I haven't been able to keep up with the patches or anything, but it seems like they've kept pretty good in terms of just patching it and supporting it and keeping it alive. And free DLC, again, free maps, all that jazz. They're adding stuff to the game, but for whatever reason, I could not find anyone. I could hardly find a game. And when they were talking about this in this article, Zampella's talking about their new mobile game they have coming out or something like that. I don't know. There's some mobile game coming out on August 10th. So actually, as I'm recording this right now, it should be releasing. I have no idea what it is. It's supposed to be some Titanfall mobile game. So if you're interested in that, you'll have to let me know what it's all about. And they're kind of like hoping that this will make up for some of the sales is basically what I'm reading into this. They're hoping that they're able to keep the franchise alive, and it's not all pending on the mobile game, but it seems like they had an estimated profit they wanted for Titanfall 2, and it seems like they didn't reach that, so they're hoping that this mobile game will kind of like outreach and get a little bit more of that profit back that they didn't get. That's kind of my understanding of like what's hidden in this article between what Zampella is saying. Could be completely wrong. I don't know. I'm not a business economics major or any of that. So yeah, but that's kind of my understanding of it. Now, I read something on Reddit the other day and I thought it was a really good idea, and I wanted to bring this to the forefront because EA really screwed themselves. We talked about this earlier. They released it right around the same time as Battlefield. Now, they have Star Wars Battlefront coming out this September, or not September or November, October, I don't know. It's coming out this fall. Battlefront 2 is coming out, and that is another EA game. Now, it is not going to be directly competing with itself, where Titanfall 2 had to compete with not only Call of Duty, but it also had to compete with its own brother or cousin, whatever you want to call it, Battlefield. Whereas Battlefront will not be competing with that. It's only going to be releasing, and it's going to be against, the Call of Duties, and I guess Overwatch is still out and still sells pretty well. But yeah, it's not going to have another one of its own siblings to compete with. And this person on Reddit made a good point, or had a good idea. So Call of Duty has adopted this 3-year life cycle. And what it's done is it's given us 3 developers. Now with Call of Duty, we're getting Call of Duty every year. But what if EA, I almost said Star Wars, what if EA incorporated this same ideology where it released a different title every year? Where it released one year it would be Star Wars, another it would be Battlefield, and then the following year it would be Titanfall. I think that's a genius idea. It'll help salvage the franchise. It'll start creating like a core not a core mechanic, but a core fan base who really wants this game and is really anticipating the release of it. I thought it was a great idea. It helps compete. It gives people a better time, or gives the developers, I should say, more time to create their game and polish it and make it a better overall experience. And I think it's a good idea. I really do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really love that idea. I don't remember who the Reddit comment was. I'll put that in the description below if I can find it. But that article will definitely be down there. Yeah, Titanfall 2 didn't sell as well as the developers thought. I don't think any of us are really surprised who can understand the gaming market. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you guys like the 3-year developer idea? Do you think it's a good idea? And what are your thoughts on Titanfall 2? Anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop talking and go record more videos because that's what I do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if not, feel free to give it a dislike. And other than that, guys, I will see you in the comments below. Peace.